Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, December 14, 2023. The House of Representatives has commenced debate on amendments to the Domestic Violence Act. This comes after a review of the legislation by a Joint Select Committee of Parliament, which recommended a comprehensive review of the Act to update it to current realities in the Jamaican society. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange says Clause 2, which amends Section 3 of the Act, provides information on the persons who can make an application for a protection order under the legislation.
Where violence is used or threatened against a child or dependent, application can be made by a person with whom the child or dependent normally resides or resides on a regular basis, parent or guardian of the child or dependent, a dependent not mentally disabled.
Additionally, a constable, a person approved by the minister responsible for social work, and the children's advocate can also make an order on behalf of a child. Another amendment outlines provisions to prohibit certain actions that may affect the victims of domestic violence.
As we seek to balance the hands of justice and tighten possible means of violence against the vulnerable, Section 4, subsection 1b will now direct the respondent to return property jointly or separately owned by the prescribed person that the respondent has in his or her possession or control, and hand over to the police any gun or other prohibited weapon in the respondent's possession or control.
The bill has also been amended to provide for increased penalties. The fine for breaching a protective order has increased from $10,000 to $1 million, or a sentence of up to 1 year in prison. The Energy Ministry has provided over 10,000 solar lights to persons living in the corporate area as part of a pilot program to supply solar lamps to households without access to electricity. Portfolio Minister Darrell Vaz says the project emerged from a government request following a fire that caused tremendous damage and loss of life suffered by people without power and heavily reliant on alternatives such as candles and kerosene lamps.
It is a small token, but I think that it's a useful token, especially in Christmas. And I'm hoping that these 10,000 solar lights will reduce the risk of damage to property by fire and lives.
Minister Vaz was speaking at a recent handover ceremony at his ministry's Maxfield Avenue offices in Kingston. Members of Parliament have been charged with overseeing the dissemination of the lights to their constituents. Deep rural areas are receiving 200 lamps each, while MPs in mixed areas will receive 160 lamps each, and those in the corporate area are getting 100 each. Minister Vaz is inviting MPs to offer comments within the next month to determine whether the government should provide more lamps to maintain the program. Commuters can expect changes to several Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC-operated routes in the new year. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz tells JIS News that the changes are intended to meet the anticipated increase in demand for service, resulting from the temporary reduction in bus fares that takes effect in January 2024. The minister says a big influx of additional passengers is expected, and this demands planning to ensure buses can ply the routes in a much more timely manner. He says announcements will be made later about the specific route changes and designated lanes for public passenger transport. Effective January 1, 2024, there will be a reduction in the regular JUTC fare from $100 to $70. The fare for children will also be reduced from $30 to $25 and for pensioners from $40 to $30. A second wave of reductions takes effect on April 1, 2024. Adult fares will be further reduced to $50, while children will begin paying $20 and pensioners $25. The reductions were announced by the Minister of Finance as part of measures to curtail the impact of recent increases to public passenger vehicle PPV fares on the overall inflation rate. Starting today, major traffic changes are now in effect for Lucy Hanover in a bid to reduce the level of congestion expected for the festive season. According to the National Works Agency, congestion has been a growing problem in Lucy, and as the town develops, the situation has only become worse. As a result, the agency, in consultation with various stakeholders, has decided to permanently convert Willie Delisa Drive from a one-way traffic system to now accommodate 2 lanes of traffic traveling in either direction. Community Relations Officer for the NWA's Western Region, Janelle Ricketts, says motorists traveling from the direction of Montego Bay towards Negril will be allowed to turn right onto Willie Delisa Drive. Those traveling from the Negril direction towards the town of Lucy must keep left. Other measures to reduce traffic in the town center includes providing additional turning lanes in the vicinity of Main Street and Willie Delisa Boulevard and Church Street and its intersection with Willie Delisa Drive. Additionally, 3 roadways in and around the town are being repaired to provide ease of movement. These are Main Street, Malcolm Heights, and Miller's Drive. Motorists are being advised to obey the posted warning signs and instructions of members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who will be on hand to help support commuters as they get accustomed to the changes. And finally, Cabinet has approved a new pharmacy council. A release from the Ministry of Health and Wellness reveals that lecturer and pharmacist Dr. Ernestine Watson has been appointed to chair the council for the next 3 years. The other members are pharmacist and production manager Hugh Roy Thomas, senior lecturer Dr. Lisa Bromfield, lecturer Dr. Michelle Russell, pharmacist and managing director Dr. Tyrone Smith, business owner Dr. Diane Newman McKenzie, pharmacist Rohan McNally, and attorneys at law Janique Forbes and Donna Brown. The functions of the council include the registration of pharmacists, pharmaceutical students, pharmacies, and the owners of pharmacies. It is also responsible for regulating the training of pharmaceutical students and registering persons as authorized sellers of poisons. The council will also ensure the maintenance of proper standards of conduct by persons registered under the relevant law and ensure compliance with the requirements of the law. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.